Hi, welcome to this hands-on session on SQL functions. I am Aliza Tanveer and in this video we will discuss some string extraction functions. We will start by seeing what exactly is string extraction. So, string extraction is a process of extracting a substring from a total string. The functions that we are going to use in this video are left, right, substring, and mid function. Now, let's see how these functions actually work. I have opened MySQL Workbench as I'll be using MySQL. Most of these functions are same in MySQL and SQL, but please remember that some of these functions may have a different definition or number of parameters in SQL Server. The database that I'm going to use is pet data. It has a single table called owner data, and these are the columns that are present inside the owner data. Okay, so I'm going to start using the string extraction function. So the first function that we are going to discuss is the left function, and for that I am going to use this query. Here I am applying this left function on a string which says welcome to data nerds, and as a second parameter I have provided 7. So it is going to start reading this string from the left hand side up to 7 characters. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this word should be returned as a result of executing the query. Let's execute and see whether this is the output or not. And you can see that as we discussed earlier, it has returned us the word welcome. So the left function starts reading the characters from the left hand side up to the length that we provided as a second parameter. Now let's use this function on a table column as well. And for that I am going to use this query. Here I am applying the left function on the street address, and the number of characters will be 4. So it is going to return us the street address, and it will start reading the characters from the left hand side up to 4 characters, and it will display it as the house number. Okay, now let's execute the query to see the result. And here you can see that it has returned us 4 characters starting from the left hand side, which appears to be the house number present inside the street address. Okay, now let's move towards the right function. First I will apply it on a simple string, and for that I am going to use this query. Here again I am applying the right function on the same string which says welcome to data nerds, and the second parameter is 9. So the right function reads the data from the right hand side up to the length that we provided. So it will start reading from here and up to the 9 characters, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So it is going to read these 9 characters and they will be displayed in the output. Let's execute the query to see the output, and you can see that it has returned us data nerds by reading the string from the left hand side up to the 9 characters. Let's use this function on a table column as well, and for that I am going to use this query. Here I am applying the right function again on the street address, but this time I have provided the number of characters to be 6. So the right function is going to read the street address from the right hand side up to 6 characters. Let's execute this query to see what it returns. And here you can see that it has returned us the last 6 characters of the street address, which are the avenue, street, court, lane, and different values up to 6 characters. Now let's move towards the next function, which is the substring function. And for that I am going to use this query. Here I am going to apply the substring function on the same string which says welcome to data nerds, and this function takes 3 parameters. First parameter is the actual string from which you want to extract a substring. The second parameter is the index number from which you want to start the extraction of the substring, and the third parameter is the number of characters that you want to extract. So if we look at this query, here the starting index appears to be 12, so it will move towards the index 12, and from the index 12 and it is going to start extracting the substring up to the 9 characters and display it as sub_string. Let's execute the query to see the result, and you can see that it has returned me data nerds. Let's check it once again. Index 1 is here, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. So upon D is the index 12, and let's move forward to 9 characters, 1 2 3 4 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So from index 12 to 9 characters, this is the output that we should get, and it is exactly what we got. Now let's use this function on a table column as well. And for that I am going to use this query. Here I am displaying street address and I'm applying the substring function on the street address as well. The starting index of extracting the substring is 1 and the number of characters to be extracted are 4 and they will be displayed as house number. Let's execute the query to see the output. And here you can see that this is the street address and the first 4 characters in this scenario were space, so nothing is returned here because space is not displayed. Then for the next row, the first 4 characters starting from index 1 are 3, 2, 2 and 1, so these are displayed, and similarly for all the rows the first 4 characters starting from index 1 are displayed. Now let's move towards the mid function. The mid function, as we have already discussed, is exactly similar to the substring function. So I am going to use the same query, but this time I am going to use the mid function instead of substring function, and you will see that it will return exactly the same output as that of the substring function. So this was the first query that we use for the substring. Now instead of substring we'll write the mid function and everything else is going to be the same. Let's execute the query and you'll see that it will also return us data nerds starting from index 12 up to 9 characters. Okay, let's see the second query. This was the query that we executed for the substring function. Now I am going to replace the substring function with the mid function, and you'll see that it will give us exactly the same output as the substring function gave. You can see that similar to the substring function's output, the first row returned empty space for the house number because the first 4 characters were string, and similarly for all other rows, first 4 characters starting from the index 1 are displayed in the new column called house number. So this is how you can use different string extraction functions to extract different parts from a string. That is all for this video. Thank you.